5 steps you need to take to get a property in Nigeria, especially if it's a first buy. Landed Francis here, and as always, I am going to provide you with quality information that helps you make your real estate investments better and, of course, your ROI sure. I'm going to use an acronym that will help you easily remember this process, and that acronym is ABCD Pay. That's ABCD Pay, where the A stands for assessing the purpose for the property. So the first thing you want to do as an investor, or you want to get a real estate property, is to check, first of all, why you want to do that. What's the purpose that you want to use the property for? Is it for land banking? Are you targeting ROI? Is it a build and buy? You need to check all of these things in order to determine how you go about and which options actually best suit the purpose for the investment. Number 2, which is B, is the budget. You will also have to check your budget size. Ever so often, when prospects approach me and say, I want a property here, I want a property there, the first thing I ask them is, what's your budget? So from the budget, I already can begin to get an idea of what the purpose might be. If it's not clear, I can now go ahead and ask, what exactly do you need this property for? Because you see, purpose and budget must align. Otherwise, you just keep hunting and keep making inquiries and not able to get around making a final decision on which particular pick to make in the range of options available in the market. So you want to quickly do a little bit of an appraisal of what exactly, or the size of the budget that you're looking to put into that investment will be. The C there stands for choose a trusted realtor. Of course, it's important that you make use of contacts available to you when you want to make critical decisions of that nature because of existing trust between you and these persons. However, it's important that you work with somebody who knows what's happening in the real estate market and who knows the particular terrain from where you are buying really, really well. You know how they say that real estate is local. So you want to ensure that you are working with someone who understands the locality within which you want to buy. And by locality, I mean maybe the state or the region where you are buying real estate from, so you can get critical information that informs your buying decision. Sometimes people go through their families and their friends. Whichever options you want to take, ensure that you're working with a trusted realtor, somebody who has some track record, has done deals with people before, does not have a history of maybe the fraud or integrity problems or stuff like that. It's important that you want to look in that direction, even though that may not necessarily be 100% from where you can see, but it's important that you look in that direction. You should have at least a 70 and above percent of how you want to rate that person as far as the trust factor is concerned. Then the D there stands for due diligence. No matter how trusted your realtor is, you want to ensure you don't skip the due diligence factor. You want to ensure that you first of all go through documentation, meaning ask what documents are available for the property, and those documents are checked out with the Ministry of Lands or whatever other government agencies are involved as far as that is concerned. You also want to check things out at the level of the community, especially if you're doing a bulk buy. You also want to check things out with regards to people who know about that particular property that is in the market for sale, or who have bought maybe from that real estate company before. Many times in real estate, an offer is usually available to quite a number of people at the same time. Somebody somewhere that you might know might have bought into that property, or the person who actually told you about that property, right? Don't ignore. You need to get some information from that person as regards what documentation is like. What documents will I get when I buy? It's a very important question that you should ask. It's part of the due diligence process, so that the moment you buy, you are looking out to see that the things that were said as far as documentation is concerned is exactly what is playing out. There's no deviation neither here nor there. You also want to ask the question of hidden fees. You say this is the cost of the property. Please, after I pay this money, is there any other money there is to pay? You see, sometimes people make payment for a property, and then when they are told to pay for documentation, they go, what are you talking about? You said the property was this, and have made the provision for that. Well, why are you telling me to come and pay money again? They say, well, that you paid for land. This is now documentation. So you see, some people have a feeling that they are being extorted, even though what the person communicating is saying is actually true. That's what happens with real estate. But that wasn't communicated in the process of brokering the deal. So you want to go ahead and ask, apart from this, is there any other thing there is to pay? You want to know what the whole investment is what the whole investment entails before you commit, right? It's important that you audit before you commit, and that is exactly what the due diligence factor does for you. Now that you've done A, B, C, D, it is now time to pay. More often than not, it is preferable not to pay for real estate investment to a personal account. If you're talking with a realtor, one of the things that will make that, where's the word I should use now, makes it so that this realtor is a person that you can trust, is that the realtor makes provision for an official bank account. More often than not, that of the real estate company or the real estate developer holding the property, not his personal account. Because if it goes to his personal account, he is not the direct owner of that property. How do you ascertain that that money will make its way successfully from his personal account to the final destination for the property that you paid? So you want to ensure that you are paying into a company account, right? And of course, this company, you are free to check out. You can confirm, online on your CAC that they are registered. And as a matter of fact, you can confirm from, people around that these people actually are who they say they are. Sometimes, some prospects have had to send someone over to our office at Set Realty Properties to check where we are, physically located, and see that actually there is business running in this particular location. And that's fine. It's very important that you do that, right, before they now make payment. So these are the steps that you want to take when you want to purchase a property in Nigeria. Actually, after you have made the payment, you now ensure that you get a payment receipt and a notice of transaction going on between you and XYZ company or XYZ individual. This is very important before the property documents now follow. I will talk to you about property documents that you should look to ensure that you get as soon as you pay in another video. I hope this one helped. I'd like you to not forget to save, because you might need to come back to this later when you're ready to initiate that transaction, or you want to slide into my DM and ask questions, or as a matter of fact make any further inquiries based on what I have said, and I sincerely appreciate that. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and of course share, as this helps for other people who will find this information useful to be able to see it. This is Landed Francis. I'll see you in the next one.